Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience and welcome to our happy anniversary stream. And of course, what we're celebrating is 1 year, one full year. Can't believe it, since the original release of Circuit Superstars. Now, I know that a lot of the people on the chat are like, "Is it really? It's been a longer time." We know. So many of you joined us since way back in early access, and some of you since way back when the game used to be called Apex Racing League. So the birthday feels like more than a 1 year anniversary because it's 1 year since the release of a game that we worked on for a long time and that a lot of you have followed for a long time. And so this stream is really for us to just extend our gratefulness to you, to each other for the work that we've put into bringing this game, and to just outstanding community members that have joined us here on the stream, and that I see a lot of you as well on the chat. So yeah, we're just here to have some fun and celebrate. Let's switch to welcoming everybody that's joined us on the stream. Hello. So we have all of my teammate friends. I'm just gonna scoot this way. All my teammate friends, Andrew, Alberto, Charlie, John, and then we have amazing community members and leaders of this community, Bearder, Crymsun, Nico Minardi, whom I'm sure all of you guys are familiar with. So, guys, where should we begin? I would love for everyone to answer a very bizarre question. If Circuit Superstars was a little kid, what would you get it for its birthday? John, go. I'm gonna single you out.
Oh, my instinctual reaction is like a custom racing helmet, but I'm 100% assuming this kid is very actively into karting because that feels appropriate.
It's appropriate, yes. Nice. What about you, Alberto?
I would get it a feature with hats on all cars. That would be its new feature for birthday.
Nice. I would get it a feature that I think that Crymsun's gonna love this. I would get it a feature where it can have a pet, and the first pet we would release would be Roscoe. What about you?
Man! I gotta think of a new one.
Yeah, no, we have it. Yeah. What about you, Crymsun? Or we can jump to Nico's.
I would get said child karting lessons with Nico Minardi.
Nice.
Including the trip to Austria. But
yeah,
that would be, I want to support the motorsport dream and create a memory at the same time.
I love that.
I'll never forget. Or she.
Yeah. What about you, Nico?
I would get it a college fund, I think.
College fund? Nice. Fine, be the responsible parent here.
Boring.
I guess education is great. What about you, Andrew?
I think I would have to go with a functioning soccer pitch for them to kick a ball into goals with. As a game mode, as a feature.
Nice. I like it. I like it. What about you, Bearder?
I would get a cake with toy cars on top because oftentimes kids are more into those than the actual gifts they get.
Yes, exactly. Nice. That is amazing.
Or the box the gift comes in, like the super expensive gift. They want to play with the box, not the actual
They're like
gift.
Cats.
Says my experience.
It's like when you buy something for cats and they're like, "Oh, you're more entertained by the container." Okay, that's fine. Money well spent. Yep. Well, amazing. So that was a good introduction. And today what we're going to do is we're going to answer a couple of questions, just kind of do a rewind and a look back at the year behind us, chat a little bit about what we're excited about for the future of Circuit Superstars. And I'm looking at the chat, so if you have any questions, please pop them in there. We'll get to answering them. And then we're going to race. All of us chose a specific livery from Formula One to do a bit of an ode to the greatest of motorsports expressions in the world right now. I think at least that's my belief. And we're gonna race, and yeah, it's pretty much what we're gonna do. So, Crymsun, I wanted to ask you. You've been since you joined the community. You've been such a wonderful advocate for the game. A very like welcoming person to the community. Just today, you released a beautiful video that made me personally tear up about what's been great about the game from your perspective and what the game has brought into your life. So I'd love to chat a little bit more about that. What has it been like? What has the game meant to you for the past year? And I'm really excited to see you on your streaming journey. I would love for you to talk about like what has it been like to kind of kick off that that path of your career, hobby, passions.
Well, I didn't originally. I'm not really a gamer before this.
Mhm.
Before Circuit Superstars, I think my 2,000 plus hours. I'm now officially a gamer, but
Yeah.
it's the only game I have that kind of hours in. I did a 2 stint with Power Wash Simulator to take a break from the game a little bit, and obsessed with that. But otherwise, it's just been CSUP, like my whole yeah. And so when I tried, because it was a year ago that Nicholas Hamilton
Yes.
first played the game. And I'm part of his community, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, well, it's a really inexpensive game. I'll throw it on the laptop. Laptop seemed to handle it okay, and quit after 2 days because I just could not get the top-down thing at all. I'd played for Speed, F1, all the sort of first-person view camera angle games. So the top-down thing was just, it wasn't so bad going up the track, but it was coming down. Left was right, right was left. I was all over the place, and I really didn't want to win anyone's race. I just felt really bad. So I quit and didn't touch the game until Stoney dragged me in again via Nick Hamilton's community. And then he introduced me to the crew, the CSUP squad, and they kind of adopted me and just kind of took me under their wing and chased me around the track. And they just let me be the hazard that I was and didn't make me feel bad for it. And then, you start developing friendships, because when people are automatically so welcoming and supportive, you kind of gravitate towards those types of humans. And then you just meet more and more great humans throughout the game. And, even if you're super intimidated because the greatest player in the world decides to just mess around and chase you around the track at the back, like Nico did a couple times back in the early days. And I remember pulling off. I just pulled all over. I couldn't handle it. I was like, I can't do this. But when people just, it's really rare, especially in a competitive environment, that your competitors want you to succeed that badly, and they want to see you be happy and successful, and they're willing to go the extra mile to help. So, those are the types of humans that you encounter in this game, and those develop some pretty solid friendships. And there's a few that I would consider family for sure. Now, but it's been incredible. I mean, and then you have you guys. I've never encountered a game where I know the devs, where I can know the face by name. I can chat with them. There's that direct access with suggestions and feedback, and you guys all take it to heart, and you do your best to enrich that player experience for new players, older players. It's just a perfect storm of awesomeness that is this CSUP world. And I don't know, I'm kind of addicted to it. I can't get enough. So I'm still here.
Yeah, that means a lot. Yeah.
The streaming I only do. I swore I would never stream. I don't even like this whole webcam thing. To me, it's just no. I hate it. But I stream because I feel like the game needs a female voice and a positive, stream with a female representation, because we need some more girl power in here.
Yes, definitely agree. And that's one of the things that I've loved, is that I've seen like the efforts that you've put towards like welcoming women that come check out the game, and you're kind of like, no, please stay, like come, I can help. That's such a beautiful effort, because it's still rare, and we have to be like, that's one of the things that we aligned with since we met, right? Is there needs to be an effort towards creating a more inviting environment. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for your answers.
For sure.
What about you, Bearder? We haven't really had a chance to connect on a stream. This is the first time that I'm talking to you. first of all, thank you. I think on behalf of all of us for all the streaming that you've done of the game, all the videos that you've done, and for inviting amazing friends to play the game as well. So yeah, I'd love to hear from your experience. How did you connect first with Circuit Superstars, and what has it been? Yeah, just what has it been like for you to stream it, to share it with your community, etc.
Oh, well, first off, thanks for the invite. This is special to be part of the anniversary stream, so thank you.
Yeah,
And then,
thank you for joining.
yeah, the game, I came across in early access pretty early on, and I went on Steam. I was kind of getting tired of iRacing, for example. I just wanted something like top down, had pit stops, whatever. Some of the things I was looking for, I was like, no way I'm just going to come across a game like this. And then Circuit Superstars popped up, and it just kind of went on from there.
Yeah.
Being able to have like a sandbox to face the AI in to make videos and my own storylines was really cool, and be able to share that with people, and go figure, people enjoyed watching it. So that was nice. And yeah, it kind of kickstarted my channel. So I'm very appreciative from that point of view as well.
That's really cool. Yeah, very. It's an honor to be part of like the kickoff of a journey that you're, that you can expand from.
I think I almost have 100 uploaded, edited videos. Almost. I think we're getting there soon.
That's amazing.
Just of Circuit Superstars.
Very fun to watch.
Yeah,
I think I've watched them all, actually.
I've always
you.
enjoyed the storylines that develop.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
crazy.
rivalries across the season with a specific AI character is just really charming, and yeah, it's been really rewarding to see that kind of entertainment that you can experience on your end and also share with the stuff we've been making. So yeah, super appreciative of those videos.
Well, I appreciate all the world building you all put into it. It's
thank you.
It's easy to make stories when you got a game like this to play with.
Oh, it's so fun. I love doing a stream where we just love bombing the entity that is Circuit Superstars. It does feel like it's kind of tender to. I love the question of what if it was a little kid, because it does feel at times like this just kind of like an entity that is, it's something that we made, but it's when you ship a game, it's no longer yours. Kind of, it's kind of like out in the community, and it's something that becomes very part of a collective. So in that sense, I feel a lot of tenderness for both what we've made, but also what you guys have made with it, and just kind of like how you've grows like little spider legs into the world. Okay, so Nico, we hosted a stream where we talked a lot about your journey with Circuit Superstars that I'll link to in the description later. If it was a beautiful conversation that we had, like beautiful half an hour. And so I'm very curious to hear more about where you're at in your Circuit Superstars journey. And yeah, I think that's my question.
Okay, well, I think I'm at the same point as I was in the beginning. I love the competitive part, the really highly competitive part. It is actually about completely using the game to its fullest, where you go to the maximum of what the car can do, what the tracks can give. So that's one fun aspect, and the other one is teaching people who have questions to understand what a car does and why it does that, and how you get it to do what you want it to do. And then the third aspect would be the friendships that I make in the game, which are actually really deep, and becoming not only digital friendships but real friendships actually. And especially I find it interesting on a personal development side also to be in such a community. Because you can always work on yourself every day, right? Like if you're looking into yourself and be honest to yourself. And I find that a community like this gives you so much opportunity, because you have so many situations and so much communication every day, that you really learn a lot about yourself and much more than you would if you would just go and meet the same 10 people every day,
Yeah.
for example.
Definitely. Okay, I love that. I always love your answers. There's always a lot of introspection in them. Awesome. Thank you for your answers. I have a question from the chat for Charlie from Blood Love Scotch. That's gonna change the vibe. Why is the agitator called agitator?
Of course, we start with
and
Scott.
not- Yeah.
Gator?
Why is the agitator called agitator and not alligator?
I don't remember. I wanted a name that was rebellious because it's a truck that you can go and invade anything. It can tackle any sort of obstacles or terrain. So I remember thinking about the name Marauder.
Ooh, Marauder sounds fun.
Scarier was a candidate for the truck. Don't remember all the others, but I don't know why I ended up choosing agitator. But then I realized that everyone read it as alligator, so it's a little bit confusing. Alligator is not a bad name either. So
Yeah.
it was right. Yeah, I just thought of a name that indicated chaos.
Chaos. I like that. Nice.
Because you don't want to upset the crocodiles. That's the answer,
Yeah.
Scott.
It's true.
That is very true.
So how would you guys feel if we now made a game about crocodiles? You're a crocodile.
Like crocodiles versus alligators?
Yes.
Oh,
I think that seems like the right next step for Original Fire. we're
plays
now
into
gonna,
my history.
we're now gonna make it
Finally have a use for the
we're not gonna make it
finally have a use for the lakes and the
I feel like
water.
there's space for a game kind of like the Goose Game, where you invade people's homes in Florida with an alligator. And that seems like the thing that people would like to play.
That's so real, man.
It's too realistic.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's actually it's a question that I'd like to extend to the community. Of course, we're celebrating Circuit Superstars, but when you imagine what is the next game that OFG is gonna make, if you have an idea, put it in the chat. I'm very, very curious, but no pressure to do so, because we're celebrating Circuit Superstars. But speaking of other games, I wanted to ask you guys, what other games are you playing currently that you've enjoyed, kind of like in parallel to Circuit Superstars? I know that, Peter, I think you've connected with Seepkist.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That small dev team is awesome too. We've communicated a lot with them, and Zapekis is so much fun. It's another kind of like Circuit Superstars, where it's easy to pick up and play, but obviously you can master it, and you're like, how the heck did they get that fast on that course, kind of a thing. It's just it's a nice vibe game. You can kind of chill and talk to people, and yeah, I love it. And they got like custom maps and stuff. So good. Nice. I like looking for those smaller team built games and stuff like that. Legend Bowl's kind of like that too. That 2D
Legend
football
Bowl.
game.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, we met the creator of Seepkist and at Gamescom. We had like a little racing game gathering, or rather vehicle game gathering with Dune from Art of Rally, himself and our little team. It was a fun little get together. What about you, Nico?
Well, with the Circuit Superstar tournaments, I don't have so much time left next to work to play a lot of other games. Because Circuit Superstars is literally my whole life is built around it. Like when there's something on the weekend, I ask which weekend and is it a race day or not. I try to communicate.
That's like my dad. Oh yeah, my dad like family gatherings are now scheduled around his Circuit Superstars competitive schedule.
Yes. I can't make.
He does it.
It's like when you have real races. You're playing the weekends around it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Stoney said.
Yeah. Could you get married on a different day?
Stoney said top down version of Wave Race. Actually, Stoney, Wave Race is one of our favorite games. I think when I used to work at Relic, you would find me in the kitchen playing Wave Race on a like a rum arcade. Absolutely love that game. It was way ahead of its time. It's a miracle that it achieved
Huge
what it
fan.
achieved. Yeah,
That
Yeah.
thing was great.
yeah,
It's
My
still holds
family
up.
would like walk in the door, and we'd keep beating each other's times every time each one would log on.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
It's just so good. Yeah. The only thing I resented about that game is that obviously I'd like to play with the female character, and she was legitimately slower, which was so
I've
freaking
tried to
annoying.
play Blue Storm with I think what's the character? I forget her name, but it's so hard to win in the hardest difficulty with her because they knock you over so easily.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, because you were very light. Yeah, so they would just like bump you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna answer a question from Paladin. Paladin, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So, what is the plan going forward with monetization? So, to answer that first question, a lot of you guys have brought up, and I think we've discussed before the possibility of cosmetic alternatives to existing cars. So we are exploring that possibility. We don't yet have clarity on when you'd be seeing that, but that's what we're currently thinking of. And we would absolutely be delighted to join your Mantra Minute podcast anytime. Just let us know when, and we'll be very happy to join and chat about whatever you want to chat about. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna ask one more question but to the team, and then we'll go into have a Formula One GP race. So, team and guests, what are you most excited about in the future of Circuit Superstars? Alberto, would you like to start?
The Switch release.
Yes, the Switch release, which is coming. Oh my goodness! Every time I tweet, I'm like, how many responses of this will be Switch when Switch when soon? And I know it's frustrating to hear the answer for months. But we're done. The port is done. It's submitted. We're just waiting for processes that need to be in place. And let me tell you, you are in for a very, very fun release. I'm very, very excited with proud and delighted with what we're putting forward, and I think the rest of the team feels the same.
Yeah, and having played it through the process of porting it, I really do think it's a great platform for it. With the way the inputs work and the way the Switch simple inputs works, how much the experience carries over intact to the platform. I'm quite excited to ship it. To that device. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very excited. What about you, Andrew?
Yeah, I was going to say Switch too, but that's already been said. So I think it's going to be entertaining to see kind of where we go in terms of like you mentioned with the chance of cosmetic alternatives to some of the cars. I think that would be a really cool direction to take the game, and I would like to see how that all pans out. And of course, we don't have we're not firm on that direction yet, but it would be really neat to see if we did that. So
yes. What about you, John?
Ooh, I'm excited to hopefully get the netcode a little better. I do want to make your POVs line up a little better, and also make it so that when you alt tab the game, it doesn't put it into a horrible state. That'd be great. Yeah, that's ongoing.
Yeah,
it'll be nice to get that.
Nice. Charlie, what about you?
Well, our first piece of DLC available for the game, which will be out shortly, it takes the game in a different direction, which I feel has a lot of potential. And it feels very different, very fresh. It's quite challenging, and quite different from the usual stuff that we're used to doing, which is just trying to drive as quickly as possible on a racetrack. And I think I think people will enjoy it a lot, and it can also give us a lot of very useful information on what to do later on with Circuit and perhaps with other games as well.
Definitely, yeah. Well, that was my answer. My answer is I'm extremely excited about this DLC that we can't show you yet, but I think when you see it, you guys are going to be very excited because of what Charlie said. It just takes the game in a different direction. And I'm curious to see in the chat, when I say different direction, I'm very curious to hear what you imagine. Very, very curious. Yeah. So if you had, when I say different direction for Circuit Superstars, and pop in there if any ideas are coming up. What about you, Crymsun?
I'm always excited about new and different ways to promote the game, because I really want more players, especially more female players. So I will gravitate toward direct spectator mode and free cameras and things that really help the content creators of the community, and helping you guys, like share the love of this game. I mean, there's just not enough people that know about it and that play it. And I think, as soon as you start playing it, you're hooked. So it's just getting them there, and you've created this gorgeous game. I mean, it is a spectacularly beautiful game. I cannot stand driving interstate, but man, is it gorgeous to take shots in, like I just love it. Sorry, Dockos, you still give me PTSD from our muscle car race. So stuff like that, anything that can help especially like the OGs and the older, the more experienced players that just want to kind of reignite that passion for the game and stuff like that. Those kind of little features definitely help with that out.
Yeah,
sure.
Nice. I'd love to hear that. What about you, Bearder?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously not knowing what's down the pipeline. I'm always excited to anything involving any of the offline experience and any more customization, like you all were talking about already. Sounds amazing. So that's really cool. And I'm just happy to keep seeing it live on and get updated over and over, and see how excited you are to keep working on it. That's also important. So yeah.
I love your comment just now. Monster trucks and crush physics confirmed.
Oh yeah, I mean, totally different direction. I mean, Nice. What about you, Nico? Lastly.
Well, I always liked what they're doing right now. To have the sandbox where you can customize the single player mode. And give the teams their own little names and just play in your fantasy sometimes. And I know also friends of mine who are a bit on the older side, and they're a bit scared to go online and play multiplayer. And they are this kind of people as well who enjoy a good customizable single player experience where you're like childlike in your head, comment your race. And have the people be called like your friends are called, the drivers. So that side I find exciting, and the other, of course, is esports. Like in my mind, I still imagine on a daily basis that we have a gigantic stadium filled with lots of people, and we have a gigantic season tournament and giant sponsors. That is
the dream for sure.
But yeah. For now, single player would be fun.
Okay, team. I think it's time for us to race. So let's switch to gameplay screen. So is everyone set up? So just for everyone's knowledge, we're gonna do a GP race. Just kind of doing an ode to a beautiful expression of motorsport that is Formula One. We love it. Each of us chose a different livery. I chose Lewis's because I'm a big fan, and you'll see everyone else's. Crymsun, what did you choose and why?
I went with the Alfa Romeo because and I kept the number 77 because Valtteri is my driver. And that's
Nice.
All right, let's get this going.
Needless to say, I don't need to say more. Eltry. That's why.
What about you, Alberto?
I picked Alpine's colors because they look sick. I love the livery. I love the designer.
Yeah.
The livery designer, I follow him on Twitter, and he's always making designs for concepts that he imagined. I love that Alpine actually went and hired him for working with them, and I think they've done an amazing job mixing two brands, Alpine and BWT, and making something beautiful with it, and now quite memorable.
Yes, nice. What about you, Nico? Who did you choose?
I choose the Ferrari just because I am a 90s boy and I love the old school liveries, and Ferrari went back to what resembles the 90s pretty well with their
Nice.
darker red and the black wings. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But can you use 2022 Ferrari strategies in your races? Please?
Question.
Question.
Okay, crew, let's talk about what we're gonna race. So we're racing VPs, and it looks like we're doing Copperwood.
I'm open to suggestions as well.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. You have 15 laps. I think that makes sense. Do we have tire wear? Yeah, I think we're ready to go unless anyone wants to change any of the settings.
Oh, and I see some very skilled drivers here that joined us.
Yeah, I can't compete with those people.
Beautiful. Turn the draft off.
You'll be around me.
Yeah.
I'll have fun in the back.
Nice. Okay. Oh, lots of friends joined us. Okay, thank you, friends, for joining. Love to have you. Let's race. Oh my gosh, I am nervous.
Oh, don't forget to pick the right livery.
Yeah.
No, I got it. I'm gonna represent Lewis Hamilton properly. Yeah.
Nice.
Should I drop my fun fact about Lewis?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Always.
Yes, you've got to tell the story.
So when I was the very sweet age of 18, and Charlie and I were living in England because Charlie was racing in Formula Renault at the time, and we would spend every other weekend on racetracks, and Lewis frequented the racetrack, always wearing his very staple fashion. And I had a huge crush on him. And one day I dared to ask him out for a coffee. And he said I was very young, but he was very sweet. And to this date, I refer to him as the one who got away. But it is kind of a bizarre thing that happened. Because then obviously at the time he wasn't yet, he was Lewis Hamilton, but he wasn't.
He was driving in Formula 3.
Yeah, it was pre-Formula 1 Lewis. And so yeah, it's one of my on a dating app. I'll put my 2 truths and a lie. No one can ever guess that that's actually true.
It's just too specific to be a lie.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
Too specific. You've never played Among Us.
Like, why would I imagine? Why would I imagine that?
Ooh. What? John, you beat me.
Ooh, ouch. Ouch,
That
last.
feels good. That
Got it.
feels
Qualified
good.
terribly. Amazing.
I'm just gonna turn my camera so like my screen stutter will stop. I can barely see the car.
I had to utilize my qualifying lap to turn the audio down.
Oh no!
I couldn't hear anybody. I was like, okay.
I was like, how did I
dear.
qualify better than Bearder? Yeah, no. Oh god. Look at all you guys with your
You
super
literally
fast
made
cars.
an installation
There's
lap.
Oh,
There's me with the Haas livery in the back. Oh well.
God.
Good looking cars though.
Wow, Beard, I love your
McLaren.
McLaren.
Ooh,
Sorry,
that's.
That's
ooh.
okay.
Ah. Oh, chaos.
Computer sandwich.
Very chaos.
Yeah. When Copperwood was chosen, I was like, okay.
It's a brutal track.
Well, worst comes to worst, I just stay on my rock.
On your rock. Like you claim
Which
it.
one is your rock?
It's the one on the right. Right at this turn here.
From the hairpin?
Yep. I just hop
The
on
rock
that rock.
called
Whatever
Crymsun,
car.
Crymsun?
Well, everyone knows that the right-hand one's mine. They're allowed to use the left one. That's public domain. But I've claimed the right-hand rock.
Maybe we
Great
should make
failure.
maybe we should build a game mode where it's like King of the Hill and the hill is the rock and you just have to like hang out in your rock for as long as possible without getting dumped.
Hill climbing game.
A hill climbing game, yeah.
So
They had
Nico,
that in
since
Monster
you're
Truck
on a
Madness.
Ferrari, I think you need to pit on lap 7 and lap 8. Confirm.
Question?
Plan D. Plan D. Lap 7 and lap 8 pitting confirm. Question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Ouch.
You know, every time I
I'll
play
let you
it,
go here.
I think that the one thing that I would like to gift Circuit Superstars is if I could magically produce an RPG extension to it and just like
Oh,
make
that
it
would be
so
so good.
that your driver can actually go on vacation in Copperwood. So like you not only have
Are
to
you-
race, you also have to like fish for food.
Copperwood grew a beach.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
have a beach now. It has a beach.
Circuit
Oh.
Superstars
Or you could
dating
play as a
sim.
mechanic.
Oh, Circuit Superstars dating sim would be amazing. I'm
I would
saying that-
also be so down for a little like weird co-op game mode where all you had to do was be a single pit crew member and it was just one very brief, very stressful mini game.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I keep hitting penalties. Why am I doing this to myself?
Has anyone played Pit Stop Simulator? I feel like that'll be like a thing on VR.
A
Be a
pit stop simulator would be a
Good
lot.
VR
of fun.
game.
Yeah.
I saw an interesting thing in the chat a little earlier. Someone's mentioned something about like making it a manager side. That would be so cool with these graphics.
Manager game? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be really cool. I feel
Oh,
like
crap.
a lot of people when they see
Did I do that, Nico?
No, that was all myself.
Oh,
it seems a lot of people when they see the game they think that it's a manager game. They don't I think because of the top down perspective they don't think that it's an actual you drive the cars game. On TikTok at least that happened a lot.
Maybe this is a missed opportunity.
Hey, yeah. Maybe Circuit
I think
Superstars 2 is just a manager game.
I think Copperwood should be like Monaco, where the drivers arrive to the track by boat.
Oh, nice. But then while you're in the boat, you need to play diplomacy. Just kind of like build relationships with drivers.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you meant the board game Diplomacy.
Oh no, no, more like you have to negotiate. You have to convince people not to take you down.
Yeah, make
It's the
friends.
lobby. The multiplayer
Networking.
lobby would be the boat.
Yes, I would love that. I hear everyone's controllers beeping.
The tapping on the
The
keyboard.
dragons, yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Just focus now.
Yeah, exactly.
Pure.
Everyone's in concentration mode.
Trying to catch my place.
It's very different racing against people you've met in real life. I feel so much more remorse for collisions.
Oh, I know.
Depending on the person, I might feel less.
Very true. Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking if this game was in my former workplace, I felt like we could have just resolved a lot of conflict just by racing it.
Yeah.
I still think
Go
this
race
is
it
the
out.
answer to like relationship problems. You know, couples argue. Well, race for it. You can't decide who like what to have for dinner. Well, then loser has to decide. Race for it. It could be an
Loser-
That's a
entire
trick
commercial
question.
series,
No one ever knows what to have for dinner.
right?
Yeah.
But this would force.
I would
them
love
to be
Mrs.
one
Minardi to play Circuit Superstars in that
person.
case.
I pity Mrs. Minardi in that case.
This would be an excellent like Netflix style dating show though.
Right?
Would be good.
I like
There
that.
we go.
Yeah,
I
there
like
you
it.
go. Yeah. These couples have not been able to resolve their conflicts. So today, they're competing for the last
Sure.
day.
Will
They're all
they
gamers.
survive Lost Lagoons?
Yeah.
Great.
Who will,
Correct.
who will
I'm gonna
get
call
to
it, like-
make dinner tonight?
Couple superstars.
Couple superstars, yes.
Interesting if they did that, and then every couple or every week they had a different multiplayer game to duke it out with.
And then periodically they'd all play like a single battle royale game.
Oh yeah, like all of the participants in the show. Yeah, that would be pretty epic, actually.
That would be
There you go,
very
Netflix, hit me up.
Gotta
Yeah.
trademark that while we still own
Congratulations,
it.
Remit.
Jesus, that I don't know if you guys heard that truck that almost crashed outside my house.
I thought it was
just
a
now.
choir. It was just starting up behind you.
No, it was that was a bonk that doesn't know how to brake or has lost its brakes.
Wait a minute, the bonk does break?
All bumps.
I believe that it does. I believe it does.
Yeah.
Okay, and Andre, aka Dremet, took the win. Which I should say,
Congrats,
anyone in the chat who isn't familiar with CSUB app, this is Dremet's community creation, and it's an amazing contribution to the community. He's very passionate about it, and I highly recommend that you go and check it out if you're not yet familiar with it. It's a great entry point into the competitive aspect of the community. Okay, so I think I would like to just get back to the chat and see if you have any questions that you really want answered that I haven't read so far. Pop them into the chat now, and we will answer them. I'm just gonna scan. Yeah, no, nothing left. So
Oh, I see.
that was a
I see.
fundraise, actually. Yeah.
I see a comment here I can respond to. Who's playing
Which
keyboard? I'm playing keyboard.
Oh, same.
Yeah, not any keyboard.
No, okay.
My
You want to
keyboard?
see it now? Okay, all right, all
I'm
right.
just keyboard.
Sorry if it's
Yeah,
dirty.
it's just you can't say that. Yeah.
Oh, it's getting filtered out.
Oh no, it's super blurry. Yeah, it's like
Model M.
that is yeah.
It's a loud one. That's probably why people were commenting on it, because you could probably hear it.
Nice. So
Nico keeps trying to tell me that it would just take me a few days to like grasp keyboard, and I'm just like, I don't think so. It took long enough to just learn the game with a controller.
so White Band man that now says White Band Gaming is asking if it's gonna snow in CSUB. I don't know if it's gonna snow in Christmas. Yeah, we don't know, but it's a good question. We will take that and think about it.
Real-time
Andrew,
weather.
what's
I would live on a winter rally track. I would like live for 3 months straight on just that track. I really would. That would be so much fun.
Barlov Scotcha said, John, Andrew, and Blingwolf, I'll sign you up for a Minardi training session.
Ooh.
I just cannot believe you. You are the biggest. I was telling these guys before we started the stream. I don't understand how someone can be such a masterful troll that I feel both annoyed but also wholesomely charmed at the same time.
Yeah.
If all trolls trolled like bottle of scotch, the world would be a much happier place. Sincerely.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Um, what is this? Another question from Paladin, whether we're gonna get a spectator mode. So currently, it's not on our immediate roadmap, and I know that that's something that people have expected for a long time. It's really a lot about balance for our team. So we're five. We're still in a position of either this or that gets made. And we're very excited to explore modding and track creation because we're thinking a lot about the longevity of the game, the longevity of the community, and again, how to kind of like continue to expand Circuit Superstars in a way that makes it more of a shared toy that we can continue to build together. So that's currently where our mind is going towards. I will keep you posted on any changes. And Barlow Scott says that the goal of his trolling is only to annoy people. Well, I'm sorry, you annoy and also make very happy. So. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my friends, it's time to close our anniversary stream. My closing words are that I am immensely appreciative of this community, Crymsun, Minardi, Bearder, and everybody else on the chat that either makes content, that is present of the community, the moderators of our Discord server. I'm immensely grateful for how much peace of mind you guys bring to the fact that we've done a lot of work and the game is now out there, and to see it kind of in safe hands that love the game, it feels really lovely. So yeah, just major gratefulness for this past year and excited about what the future holds. But anyone else like to share any closing words?
Just thank you all so much. You're a fantastic community, and it's like your energy makes it so motivating to keep working on this game.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
I agree.
Ditto to that, yes.
Yeah, here. Well,
I have one question
yes,
for the dev team.
please, go ahead.
If I could. What is one thing from each of you that the community can do to help you guys out?
That's such a lovely
Other
question.
than ask when the Switch update is, of course.
Other than Switch when?
Yes, which one?
That's a beautiful question.
Or
Yeah.
if you can't think of anything, what is one thing the community does that you particularly love to see more of? If that's
Like,
a different way of answering.
honestly, like sharing like content, watching content created for the game, like watching your guys' streams, watching your YouTube videos, Dremet's initiative of creating this Circuit Superstars app, your efforts to create a learning experience for new players, and Nico, your initiative as well to have to kind of like bring seriousness to leagues in the coming future. And all, of course, all of the leagues that pop up, I feel that that's what makes me feel very supported as a game developer, and that I feel like community management has been something that has been lacking from our team because we don't really have someone dedicated to community management. But in a way, when we kind of like come back and see the community, it's grown, and good vibes are spreading, and new players are engaging with the game, so that feels like a lot that I'm grateful for. So I think continuing with that is the most amazing thing that you guys can do for the game.
Yeah, I think for us is watching what the community does and enjoys creating, and then amplifying that. So I know that Bearder was looking forward to tournament saving for free play, for example. So making sure that the content that you guys want to make, you can make, and finding ways to enhance that experience for you guys. So stuff like even naming the AI drivers, so we just want to keep observing what in which ways the community enjoys to engage the game, and ways in which we could do better. And I think that'll be a good dynamic where we can make the game better for you guys, and then that helps us for sure to get more eyes on the game and get more people playing and grow it over time.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said earlier in the stream, how you felt supported when you were beginning to drive in the game. I think sharing that spirit and trying to be supportive of newcomers can be really helpful to make them feel like they're not in a very stressful competitive environment. In grassroots racing, in radio control cars, in karting, you tend to have this sort of atmosphere which is competitive, but it's also friendly to newcomers, and people share tips, and they make it a little bit easier to get to grips with the hobby quickly. And seeing that sort of behavior has been fantastic. When I'm a newcomer in a different game, and I feel that sort of support when I go and ask questions, it feels great. So yeah, just keep sharing that attitude and that spirit.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most important key from the community side to help the game spread.
Yeah, and I think that one thing to add to that as well is don't. I guess I was going to say don't give up on us, but I don't think you have, or that you're close to it all. But what I meant was, I know that sometimes a lot of suggestions come up, and you guys voice them, and we're unable to meet them. But please keep voicing them, because we do think about these things. We do talk about it a lot, and we prioritize with a lot of the community in mind. So yeah, like if we seem sometimes to go on a silo and like go work in a corner, and then we come back and we're like, here's what we've done, etc. A lot of we are considering everything that we hear on Discord and what you guys flag as priorities. So keep doing that. I think just being patient and insistent about the things that you guys feel are very important, it does have an impact, and we love to hear it, because we know that it comes from a place of love and passion for the game.
If I may add to that, I
Yes.
really appreciate how supportive the community is of us as a team.
Mm-hmm.
But also, wow, there's some really thorough people out there when they're looking into submitting bug reports and helping us resolve these issues. I've worked with a few people in the community to help resolve some bugs that were discovered, and that kind of willingness to work with and to test things and try our best to solve the issues together. That is amazing. As a community, thank you for that, guys. So
Yeah. Nice. Well, that seems like a very positive place to close the stream on.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Circuit Superstars. We love you. We love you, game. We love you, community.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I hope everyone has a lot of fun racing today, this week, this weekend, the coming future. And we will keep you posted on what's next. Again, very exciting stuff coming soon. Bye, everyone.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.